is episode 16 of the Pearl and Jane weekly design vlogs. If you're watching this in real time, it's been a while. I've not done these for a couple of months because we concentrated on the professional finishing series of videos, which I shared, where I shared the joy of sewing up a garment, and hopefully you're all agreeing with me out there. And yeah, I covered sizing, the T word, and just how exciting it can be to join a garment together. And saying that, this new design is joined together in seams, but the one I'm wearing, the Clacton top, is top down. So even though I love to show you the joy of sewing a garment together, I get it, I'm a knitter, and sometimes you do want a nice top down top where you don't have to join anything. So you've got both of those options with my designs. But like all good professional finishing, I had hoped to do that in June, to share with you in June the professional finishing, but it ran into July, which is how I sew up. I'm like, I'm going to sew this up in an evening, and I never do. It takes me forever, and in fact forever again. But that's because when you do sew up, you do need to concentrate. Knitting you can sit down and relax with, but sewing a garment up together does involve concentration. But when you've done it, it is really satisfying. Okay, so what have I been up to? Last month, July, what was I up to in July? I went to Shetland and it was amazing. I totally recommend it to anyone. I took my first holiday. I am saying 10 years, 12 years, but I think it was about 14 years since I last had a proper holiday. And what would you do if you're someone who is knitting all the time, writing patterns, dealing with people, talking about knitting all the time? You take a knitting holiday. But I do have obviously a passion and a love for knitting, because I took a knitting holiday. I went to Shetland and I absolutely adored it. I cannot recommend Shetland more. It was just amazing, and I will share with you what I got up to and what I did there. I will share that with you. That I just did so much and I want to do it justice, so I will share. So while I was there, I sewed up this garment. This is a new design which hopefully is coming out next week. So again, if you're watching this in real time, next week. If you're watching this any other time, have a look on my website. It might be there if you want to, obviously. So this is the top I knitted that I've chatted about before in some of the other vlogs, weekly design vlogs, and then I got it test knitted. So these two are test knits, and then I sew up the test knits. So everything that you see in my studio, if you ever come to Skipton Studio, while I might not have knitted everything, I've sewn everything up, because I get a real good idea then of how a knitter has approached my patterns, and you know, see where they work and all the rest of it. So they're different sizes. So I think this is the first size, and I can't remember. I'm going to have to look down, and I will tell you in another, or when I chat about this, which different sizes are. Now I made this nice and easy, so you don't have to pick up stitches along the edge unless you want to. So this one here has got armhole edging, and I will write about that in the pattern, so you have the choice to just do the neck pickup, or just do the just do the neck pickup, or do the neck and the side edges. But I'll talk about that more. While I was in Shetland, I'm just going to show you a before. I wanted some knitting just to relax with, because designing and knitting, you always have to think. So there might be moments where you don't have to think about it, but even then I am always thinking what's going to happen on the next stage. This is the Baby Charlie cardigan that I designed in 2018, and I just wanted something to knit where I didn't have to think about it and I could just switch off. And this is what I call travelling knitting. I knitted this while sitting as a passenger in the car on the way up to Aberdeen, and I knitted it on the ferry, and so it was what I knitted on my Shetland trip. And this is what I called the before, because I haven't pressed this or anything like that. So next video I'll show you, it's only going to be a tiny difference, what it looks like once you've pressed it. And this is knitted in Fibre Space Vivacious 4-ply, and there's so much left over of it to knit a hat and maybe booties with 100-gram hank. So that's the Baby Charlie cardigan that I call my travelling knitting. Since I've come back, it's been super hot in Yorkshire, because it is end of July, August, which is weird because usually coming into August we have some rain, a lot of rain, which we have had, but it's been really hot. And for some reason, when it gets hot, I crochet. I'm a seasonal crocheter. So I've been crocheting with a new yarn, which I haven't managed to get up on the website yet. Again, if you're watching in real time, hopefully if you're watching this later, it will be on the website, or you can pop into the Skipton studio and see it. And this is organic merino, organic cotton and silk. It's absolutely gorgeous. So I've been crocheting with it. I've been doing granny squares, playing around with different colour ideas, and I'm going to make something with these. So these are going to be made into something, and I've been wanting to do this for years. So usually I wouldn't mention this on one of my design vlogs or to people, because I don't know if I'm going to get it done, but I really want to get this done. So I'm mentioning it to you now. I'm sort of being naughty because I'm not going to, it's going to be a garment. It's going to be a garment, so I'm not being naughty. And I really want to get it done because it's been in my head for absolutely ages. But then while I was doing the granny squares, just check that down. While I was doing the granny squares, I was like, no, this is going to make a really nice fabric. So I've started doing this, and this is going to be a garment as well. I'm going to get them done. I've done a crochet garments before. Excuse me. I've done crochet garments before, and they've never got further than sitting over there waiting for the pattern to be written, and this time I'm going to get them done. Okay, so just a little quick catch up today. Well, obviously by the time I finished it might not be quick, still might be rambling. And I forgot about the Fair Isle hat because I can't find it. There's going to be another new design that I have written the pattern for, which I did when I was in Shetland. I've finished that off. There's a picture of me wearing it on Fair Isle, my Fair Isle hat, wearing on Fair Isle, and I can't find it. I don't know where I've put it, so hopefully I've not left it in Shetland. And if I have, I'll just knit another one because I've got the pattern written. So hopefully next time you see these vlogs, the next one, I will say that I've finished this pattern, written it up, got the hat pattern out, and I've done more crochet. That's my task for this week. Hope you have a good one. Bye.